guys, so today I will show you how to build our new experimental Shoney robot. So I'm going to start by the hardest part, which is putting on the wheels. Now the wheels are designed to be a press fit, which means you have to press to put them on. So I'm going to wiggle them around until they come on to the shaft of the motor, just like that. And then I'm going to put one of these locks on. Now, slight suggestion with the locks, there is one side that is kind of more burnt on the wood. You'll see that for all the wood parts, these are laser cut. So the laser enters on the side that's slightly more burnt. You can see this is the side that's slightly more burnt, this side is slightly less. It's hard to tell, but if you're having trouble putting these on, put the more burnt side towards the motor, because generally there's a slight angle and it'll be easier to put them on if you use the less burnt side on the outside facing away from the motor, burnt side towards the motor. Great. If not all of these notches are cut out, make sure that the sides with the notches properly cut out are both facing the same direction. Okay? That'll become important when we put the face on later. So this too requires a bit of a press. So notice I put the wire through the hole and then I line it up. Okay, next I'm going to put this piece here. Now, like I was saying before, if you have notches on only one side of this wood piece, make sure they are facing this way, the opposite way of this square. Okay. Perfect. So we have the chassis built now. And now we put the chassis into the frame here. The frame is going to hold the wheels in place. These little notches into these holes here. This is where you're going to want to add a little bit of glue. Okay? I recommend wood glue, but white glue will work just fine. So I have a little bit of wood glue here. And I'm just going to put some in the notches. You could have put it in the notches beforehand, but this works too. You don't need very much. Definitely glue the face on. I'm going to put the battery pack here. So now the battery pack weighs down the back half of the robot, as you can see. Okay. A bulldog clip. Okay, so the bulldog clip will help it stay straight. Put it flat here. Boom, that's actually perfect. So we'll put it flat like that. Clip that to the back, right under where the battery goes. And this helps keep the robot level. So we need to put the motors into these white JST motor connectors. There are little notches on the motors. Make sure you put them in towards the bottom. You face the white connectors towards the front of the robot, towards his eyes. We put the left on the left, the right on the right. Now, if you did this backwards, the robot will go backwards when you tell it to go forwards and go left when you tell it to go right, so you'll just have to flip them. Now we're going to put the USB into the battery and then into the eBrain to turn it on. Make sure that your little yellow light turns on and make sure your switch is set to 0 so that the light turns on.